Your friends send you money through your personal M-Pesa or bank account. Every other time they are fundraising for wedding, funeral, or any other event that affects one of their members. You should tell them to stop doing that with immediate effect. Otherwise, you will suffer consequences at some point in future. Why am I saying this? This is because KRA considers every amount of money, every coin, every shilling that goes through your bank account as your income. And they expect you to declare all that money when you are filing your tax returns. When you don't do that, then in fact what you are doing, you are caught in trouble with KRA. The year 2025 has just ended, and people are supposed to file returns for 2025. So if you received hundreds of thousands of money in your personal M-Pesa account or bank account on behalf of the friends where you act as their treasurer, KRA will be expecting you to declare that amount of money. If you don't, then I can tell you for sure you are risking getting tax assessment notices, which can cause you so much pain at the end of the day. And I know your friends don't mean harm. They are not malicious. In fact, they respect you. However, that respect or their good intentions will not save you when KRA comes for you. Let me introduce to you a concept referred as a client account. You need to visit your bank and request them to open for you a client's bank account. It can be done on your name or under your name or the name of your company, but it must have the word client account as part of its name. So from there, you will be required to give it to your friends so that every other time there is a need for them to fundraise, all the monies will be put in that bank account or M-Pesa statement. The good thing with that, KRA does respect the client's account. And this is the concept that is used by law firms, property management firms, even banks themselves. You can imagine a lawyer who is facilitating a sale of a land worth 100 million. All the monies go through the lawyer's account, and the lawyer only disburses the money to the seller once they have received all documentations from the seller, because the buyer gives the money to a lawyer so that the sale process can start. And once the sale process is completed, it is at that point the lawyer gives money to the seller. So if this money does not go through the client's account for the law firm, KRA will put so much pressure on this law firm to account for it and pay taxes for it. It's the same thing that happens for property management firms. You could be running a property management firm where you collect rent on behalf of landlords. So let's assume that in a month, you collect about 10 million Kenya shillings from various tenants belonging to various landlords. That money should not be banked in your office account. It should be banked in a client's account. And this is the problem with many of the law firms and property management firms, contractors firms, because you are a contractor and you are doing a building on behalf of your client. And the client has to pay you money so that you buy cement, you buy steel, you pay for labor. And all that money you are putting in your office bank account. And you expect not to have trouble with the KRA. That's a lie. So for the property management firm, 10 million, and assuming that you charge 5% as the management fee for the gross rent collected. So the gross rent collected is 10 million, and therefore 5%, which is now your money, of 10 million is 500,000. So this is what should happen. All the monies are banked in the client's account, 10 million. You use that client's account to pay your landlords. So for landlord 1, you received 100,000 from their tenants, and therefore you pay them 95,000 and you are left with 5,000 in that bank account. For landlord 2, they paid 200,000, or their tenants paid 200,000 to your client's account, and therefore you pay that particular landlord 190,000 and 10,000 is left in your client's account. So at the end of the day, you will have given out 9.5 million Kenya shillings, and only 500,000 will be left in the client's account. That 500,000, you are supposed to transfer it to the office account. Maybe I want to put this into perspective. Every company that deals with money does not belong to them should have at least 2 bank accounts. One is the office account, and number 2, the client's account. The office account is the one that you bank the money that belongs to your business. And it is from that bank account that you pay out expenses belonging to your business. So in this case, the 500,000 that was left in the client's account after you had received 10 million, then 9.5 million you paid to your landlords, that 500,000 should be transferred into the office account. From the office account, that's where you pay rent for your office, you pay for your utilities, for airtime, for salaries, you pay yourself and everything else. Whatever is left there is not what remains as profit that you should declare to KRA. Remember, you do not pay directly for your office expenses from the client's account. The client's account is only supposed to deal and handle matters related to monies that do not belong to you or your company. So clients pay there. If it is a property management firm, tenants pay there. Then you use the same account to only pay landlords or expenses that relate to property management for those particular buildings, but nothing related to your own company. So ensure that you don't mix the two, so that even when you maintain 2 separate accounts, an office account and a client's account, you don't give KRA any reason to audit you or to investigate you. Let them say that from your client's account, you received 10 million and 9.5 million left. You paid to customers who are now the landlords. You paid to your clients. And then the 500,000 you transferred to your office account. And that office account, now that's where you paid the office expenses. This is extremely important. But whenever companies, law firms, property management firms, a contractor fail to follow this simple procedure, they will always find themselves having troubles with KRA. Why? Because, like the case for the property management firm, their real income in such a scenario was 500,000, but KRA is seeing 10 million. Why? Remember, in the Kenyan system, we use self-tax assessment process to file your taxes. So you say you honestly indicate that you earned 500,000 as revenue, but KRA, through their reviews, because KRA is able to access your bank statements and M-Pesa statements, what are they seeing? They are seeing 10 million. So they ask to explain, and perhaps you are not very keen, you did not keep proper records. So now, this is what you need to do. If you are running a business where you collect money on behalf of your clients, money that does not belong to you, ensure, for heaven's sake, remember, prevention is better than cure. Run to the bank, open a client's account, and ensure that that new bank account has the word client account on it. Even when we are auditing companies, We audit knowing very well. If you ask me to come and audit your company, for instance, as a property management firm or as a law firm, at the end of the day, I will give you 2 audit reports. There is the audit report on your office bank account, and there's an audit report for your client's account. The one for the office account is the one that is important, because that is the one that is more important, because it is the one you will use to file for taxes. It is the one that you will use to know how profitable your organization is. And in case there is an investor who needs to come in and join you, they will use mostly the office account audited financial reports, not the client. The client, yes, is a good one, because in case there's a client who comes and they want you to provide them with a statement or to explain to them how you used their money, then that client's account will come in handy. So don't mix your client's money with your business money. For the longest, people just think the one that is dangerous and the one that is risky is when you mix your personal money with business money. But today, I am telling you that even something that is worse is when you mix clients' money with your business money. Why? It's because clients' money can come in so much, it can be so much that especially for a property, you are collecting 10 million, 20 million, or you are a law firm, you are facilitating land transactions, or whenever you are doing a case for a client, it is you who receives in case you win the case and your client is being compensated. If you are a contractor, you receive so much money when you are doing buildings and projects on behalf of your clients. But ensure open a client bank account so that any money you receive, you put it there. As I wind up, if you are a treasurer to a high school group or a community where you are a member, or any other organization where they send money directly to your M-Pesa or bank account, remember to ask them to stop. What they are doing, they might mean well and feel what they are doing is harmless. But from KRA's perspective, it is something that will land you into trouble. And your friends, your community will not be there to save you. I always say, when you know better, you do better. Separate your personal money from your business money, and more importantly, from your client's money.